Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're going to do a recap of Monday night, which I forgot to do. I subbed on Tuesday night at a different house. We're going to recap that. And then last night on Thursday Night Leagues, we're going to do a recap on that, and we're going to talk about it a little bit, how this week went. So Monday night started off real good. Thought it was going to be a good night, and then it just went downhill. Shot a 192, and I'm like, it's alright. It's not bad, but it's not my 203 average that I have. So it's below average. I'm like, I'll make it up the next two games. So it went 192 into a 176. I'm like, and then the last game I went 192 again for a 560 series, and I'm like, there went my 203 average down to a 201 average. Struggled. The lanes were very inconsistent. I was throwing two different balls, one on each lane. Lane 1 was dry as dry can be. Lane 2 was like throwing it on an ice rink. It was just so freaking wet. So it was a struggle to try to find anything that was, consistent. And then when you did hit pocket, you left something. It was just a rough night in general. The wife did fairly good. I can't remember her scores. I know her first two games were in the 130s. And I think her last game was in like the 1-teens, like a 117 or something like that, somewhere in there. So she had a pretty decent night for her. So Monday night was rough. And I'm like, alright, it is what it is. Things happen. Go home, think about it, figure it out. What I could have done, what I should have done, what I should have tried. It's always a learning experience, whether you have a good night on the lanes or bad. So always learn from it. And then Tuesday, I was on my way home from work, and one of the guys I bowl with on Thursday, he bowls in DuBois, and he's like, hey, can you sub tonight? I'm like, sure. I said, let me get home, get changed, and grab my stuff. Yeah, I had to go bowling, huh? Yeah, I had to go bowling. This is Jason, by the way. He's like a dog. He goes everywhere with me, work and home. He's a daddy's boy, as you can tell. But so I went over to DuBois, drew the purple hammer, a couple shots in practice. I did have a live video. It messed up and had to delete it. So it's not on my channel no more. I don't know what happened with it. But anyways, threw the purple hammer, a couple frames, and I'm like, threw the attention star, and I said, oh yeah, attention star is the ball I'm going to start with. So I stood on the 26 board with my feet. That's where I normally start. That gives me a good starting point, whether I need to move right or move left. So first game, 224, and I'm like, 224, not bad. Second game, stayed in the same spot, still in the attention star, threw a 239. Like, all right. Picked up a couple splits. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling pretty good tonight. Got into the last game. Same spot, never moved my feet all night. Stood on 26. Never changed balls all night. Drew the attention star. Shot a 246 for a 709 series. So I was pretty stoked about that. Went all 3 games clean, no opens. Really happy about that, 30 clean, 709 series. good night. So I was telling the wife, I said, hopefully I can carry this momentum over until Thursday after having a rough Monday night. But so now I bowled 2 nights in Du Bois now. The first night I bowled a 600 series, and then the 709 puts me at a 218 average on Tuesday nights in Du Bois. So going into Thursday night, which is last night, game 1, I was just on fire. I went 7 in a row, 9 pins spare, strike. Finished the game out with a 264. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. I'm on a run. I feel good. I'm in the attention star again. That ball was amazing for me. Like, this is going to be another good night. Then game 2 happened. We were on lanes 5 and 6, and lane 5 just went away. I don't know what happened. It just went away. I was hitting pocket, leaving 10 pins, 4 pins, 2 pins, 7 pins, 9 pins. I just couldn't get a strike on lane 5 to save my butt. So I don't know what was happening. I mean, I was throwing good shots, and nothing was carrying on 5. I had one missed 10 pin. I went 1 for 2 on 10 pins last night, or 2 for 3 on 10 pins last night. So the 1 10 pin I missed in the second game, I twisted my body, and it was all on me. It wasn't the ball's fault or whatever. It was totally me. So second game, I had 1 open. The first game I was clean. I shot a 188. Alright, so I had 1 open, and I shot a 188. That can tell you there wasn't many strikes thrown that game. Got into the third game. Started out on 6. Got a strike. Started out on 5. Found a strike. I'm like, alright. They changed out of the attention star and went to the absolute. Something with a little bit more back end. Got on, went to lane 6, got a strike, and then everything just fell apart again on both lanes. Hitting pocket, nothing carrying. Hitting pocket, nothing carrying. Did find a few more strikes. Shot a 198 clean, no opens. So it was a good night. Only had 1 open all night. Had a 650 series. So 650, still a good night. Took my average from 202 up to 203. So my average in Thursday went up 1 to a 203. Excuse me. So it was a good night, good week. Can't really complain other than Monday night being rough. But it is what it is. You can't help it sometimes. You're going to have them bad nights. But looking at Monday and Thursday night league combined, I have 81 games, and I'm averaging 203 between the 2 leagues. So that's awesome, especially coming off the last 5 years of bowling and being in the 180 average, and all of a sudden, I make the switch from 15 to 14 pounds, and here I'm averaging 200 in every league that I'm bowling in. So can't really complain too much there. I subbed on Sunday night 3 nights, I think it was, and averaging 209. Monday, I'm averaging 201. Tuesday, 218 with 2 nights there, and then 203 on Thursday. So I'm doing great this year. I feel good. Everything's clicking. So we're gonna see if we can continue to hold this 200 average for the rest of the year. I don't know. We're on week 13 on Monday, week 13 on Thursday. But Thursday for me, I'm only on week 12 because I didn't bowl Halloween night. So Thursday night league's like 32 or 33 weeks, and 32 or 33 weeks, and then Monday night's 36 weeks. So we're almost to the halfway point for them leagues. So we're gonna keep cracking. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get off here and get into work. So till next time, I'll see you out on the lanes.